Here the discussion of the topic is conditions of collinearity if 3 points are in cyclic order. Now we have already faced this kind of problems in our board classes where we were finding out the conditions when the 3 points which are given to us are collinear by using different methods, and one of the most popular method is to equate to find out the area of the triangle formed by these 3 points and then equate it to 0 to get the conditions between the variables that are given to us. Now, if the 3 points are cyclic, that is, if the 3 points are something like this, I'm writing, let us say, I'm writing the 3 points, say a minus 1, a square minus 1 by a square plus 1. These are the 3 points which are given. It's b minus 1, b square minus 1 by b square plus 1, and c by c minus 1, and it's c square minus 1 by c square plus 1. Now you see, this kind of coordinates are what called your cyclic order. Why it is so? Because if we observe, we will find that everything in these coordinates, they are of same thing. Only in place of A I'm writing B, and then in place of B I'm writing C. So this kind of coordinates are what called your cyclic order. They are in cyclic order. Okay. Now we can apply the previous method, that is finding out the area and equate it to 0. So you can understand the huge calculation that is involved in it. So we don't follow that. What we do here is we can think in a different way. We can say that since these 3 points are collinear, so what we will say that these 3 points lie on a straight line. These 3 points lie on a straight line. So let us assume that the straight line is, say, Lx plus my plus n equals to 0. Okay. Now, here if we consider two functions, let us say fx, which is x by x minus 1, and gx, which is x square minus 1 by x square plus 1. So what we can say that the three coordinates now in terms of fx and gx, we can write that the three coordinates are fa, ga, fb, gb, and fc, gc, right? Since these 3 points lie on the straight line Lx plus my plus n equals to 0, so we can write L of fa plus m times ga plus n equals to 0. Since these 3 points lie on this straight line, hence it must satisfy it. That is why I'm writing it. So L times f of b plus m times g of b plus n equals to 0, and the third one is L times f of c plus m times g of c plus n equals to 0, right? Now combining these three equations, we can write L fx plus m gx plus n equals to 0. For this equation, we will say that there are three roots which are a, b, and c. Is this clear to all of you? Now let us take a practical problem to see the use of this theorem. So we can understand the thing better. See this problem. If the 3 points are given to us, are collinear for three distinct values of ABC and different from 1. Why they have said that it is different from 1? Because if any of this ABC is equals to 1, then the coordinate becomes undefined, isn't it? So then we have to prove that ABC minus AB plus BC plus CA plus 3 times A plus B plus C is equals to 0. So clearly the coordinates that is given to us is cyclic. So here we are defining the functions fx is x cubed by x minus 1 and the function gx as x square minus 3 by x minus 1. Is this okay? Now, as I told you before, that all the points which are given to us, we have assumed that it is lying on the straight line since they are collinear in the straight line Lx plus my plus n equals to 0. Okay. Now, since all these points, I mean, if in place of x I put a, so we are going to get a cube by a minus 1, and in place of gx if I put a, we are going to get a square minus 3 by a minus 1. So which is nothing but the coordinate, the first coordinate. So FAGA, similarly for the second one, FBGB, similarly for the third one, FCGC, they all lie on this straight line. So all we can say that L times f of x plus m times g of x plus n equals to 0. In this equation, we have three roots as a, b, and c. Is this okay? So what we can say, L times, in place of fx I am writing the value of the function, m times, in place of gx I am writing the value of the function, and after simplifying we are getting n times x minus 1 is equals to 0, and writing in the descending power of x we are getting lx cube plus mx square plus nx minus 3m plus n equals to 0. Okay. Now this equation has three roots which are a, b, and c. So what we can say that the sum of the three roots is minus m by l. The sum of the roots taken two together is n by l, and the product of three roots is nothing but 3m plus n divided by l, right? Now from the last one we are getting, just check it, we are getting ABC is 3 times m by l plus n by l, right? So in place of m by l we can write minus a plus b plus c, and in place of n by l we can write ab plus bc plus ca. So just taking all those things in one side, we are going to get bc plus ca plus 3 times a plus b plus c is equals to 0. Getting my point? So we got the proof that we have been said to prove, right? The show that part we got here, isn't it? So proved. So now you can understand how easily we can solve this kind of problems in IIT JEE level, so that we can so that the time is saved as well as we can do the sum more quickly and confidently. Okay, now let us just move for another problem. See this second sum. The question is same. If T1, T2, T3 are distinct, then the points which are given are collinear. Then prove that T1 plus T2 plus T3 equals to 0. Now easily we can see that the points which are given to us is cyclic, right? So we define two functions here. Fx is x and gx is 2ax plus ax cube, isn't it? So the straight line on which it lies, we can say it Lx plus my plus n equals to 0. Okay. Now all those points must satisfy, so we can write L fx plus m gx plus n equals to 0. This equation has three roots, T1, T2, and T3, isn't it? So we are getting L times fx. I'm just replacing the value of the functions and then I will rearrange the equation in the descending power of x. So we are going to get something like this, plus Lx plus n equals to 0, right? Now, this equation has three roots, as I mentioned before, t1, t2, and t3. So we can write that the sum of all the roots is nothing but minus 0 by am, isn't it? Why 0? Because there is no x square coefficient here, because there is no x square term here. So the coefficient of x square, we will treat that thing as 0. So we are getting t1 plus t2 plus t3 is equals to 0. Proved. Is this clear to all of you? Is this conception clear to all of you? Okay.